to Good Morning Idaho. It's not just the summer-like temperatures and kids being out of school that makes us want to get out and play. It's also all of the wonderful things that there are definitely to do around the Treasure Valley.
And there's a lot going on, especially this summer, and that's why we're getting out and about around town to give you some ideas of things you can do and see right here in our own backyard.
Yeah, this week we had the pleasure of visiting the Idaho Shakespeare Festival, not just for the enjoyment of the show itself, but for a behind-the-scenes peek at the magic that happens offstage.
Anything can happen at any particular time. You could go to reach for a book. And all that will happen.
Wait a minute, we need to rewind here. Back to the beginning, way before curtain call, when hundreds of people pack into this outdoor amphitheater that is the Idaho Shakespeare Festival.
I just walk through the house and people just stop you and say, "It's so great to be here. It's a great night. Is it going to rain? Have you called Bree to find out what the weather is?" You know, and I mean, for me, it's the feeling of being in a community and a kind of big festival family.
As they say in the theater business, rain or shine, the show must go on. It must go on even if the Boise wildlife takes over the stage.
On a typical night, there's 700 people sitting in here. And, you know, a lot of picnics, right? And so if a skunk walks in, all you can do is stay absolutely still, and the actors just keep going on their work. No one has ever been sprayed by a skunk at the Shakespeare Festival.
If you haven't yet been one of the 60,000 to enjoy some Shakespeare under the stars, then you're in for a very original experience. On stage or off stage, really in theater, anything can happen. What is this though? Is this is planned?
Oh, no.
I don't
Just throw it. Oh.
It's an experience that changes almost every single night from one show straight into the next.
You can come see Blithe Spirit with the cast of actors, and then the next night you can come see Much Ado, and you'll see some of those same actors who you just saw the previous night as completely different characters in a completely different show, and they have that all in their head. One night they're doing Blithe Spirit, the next night they're doing Much Ado, and then the third night they're doing Sweeney Todd.
With 2 to 3 shows running in rep at the same time in the same space, sets on stage have to be changed literally overnight.
They start the minute the last person is out of the audience. They're on deck, they're unscrewing, they're unbolting, they're breaking things apart and pulling one set off, moving the other set in.
And you can probably imagine the army of players busy at work behind the scenes.
This building here is the tiring house. This is where all the actors get into costume and come up onto the stage.
For every one person on stage, there are 5 to 6 people off stage making all of the magic happen.
4 dressers per production, sometimes a dedicated hair and makeup person who just does wigs and makeup, who are the kind of stewards of the actors backstage. They're the unsung heroes, and they do a lot of great work.
From the audience's point of view, everything runs smoothly, but what you don't see going on behind the scenes might look like chaos.
Ideally, it's like a well-oiled machine, actually. I mean, it can be chaotic during the tech period, but we work very hard to smooth out all the kinks there. So when we get into the run, it really is a well-oiled machine.
The good news is you don't have to worry about what happens back here because you get to enjoy what happens out here.
You know, one of my favorite things about the Shakespeare Festival is there really isn't a bad seat in the house.
For me, I prefer the cheap seats in the back. And smack dab in the middle isn't bad either.
Bring anything you'd like, in fact, in terms of picnic and, you know, something to drink and etc. So you create your own party out here.
So sit back, relax, pull up a lawn chair, blanket, or maybe just a plot of land and soak in some culture in the great outdoors. Awesome. And we definitely want to thank Retroscope Media for very kindly letting us use some of that amazing footage you saw there of the audience and the talented cast. It's such an incredible experience out there.
It is incredible, and you can be a part of that magic almost any day this summer all the way through September. And of course, we went and it was empty, so it was fun to use that video from Retroscope that showed the overall atmosphere. It's a cool place. It's really fun.
And cool that the festival as well let our cameras literally behind the scenes, like we said, see some of those tricks of the trade on the set of Blithe Spirit there as well. And for shows, ticket prices, and times, just head on over to our website, IdahoOnYourSide.com. hopefully we'll see some of you out there at the Idaho Shakespeare Festival. It really is a community thing that people get really excited about.
That's right, and there's several things going. There's Sweeney Todd this summer. There's King Richard III. There's Much Ado About Nothing.
The one you saw there actually wraps up this month. So, and as I understand it, waiting list for that show until the close of that show.
Wow.
But
Wow.
lots of cool things. Much Ado, I saw that already. It was fantastic. So yeah, you definitely need to get out there. And my favorite thing about it is packing up the picnic basket.
Bring whatever you
yourself.
want.
Yeah.
You can bring a bottle of wine if you're so inclined. I mean, yeah, you can bring whatever you want into the theater. They encourage it.
And even if you don't bring it, you can eat at the cafe
Yes,
right
you
there
can.
on the river too. So a little bit of ambiance there as well.
Fun time.
Lots of
All right,
options.
well, time right